Let us now have B, to reform faults thoroughly. Now that you recognize your own shortcoming, you need to put forth your utmost efforts into working to change and into reforming your misdeeds, which cause you not to have a child or become an imperial official. This is the method that Master Yungu taught Mr. Liao Feng in changing his destiny, to take the right steps to correct his bad habits and shortcomings. Since he knew his shortcomings, the master taught him to put his utmost efforts into changing his ways. Quote again, put his utmost efforts into changing his ways. Mr. Yu said in his commentary that, quote, each of us has our own faults and weakness, but if we are able to calmly analyze ourselves and find them one after another, then we will have a starting point. So, changing our ways and reforming is through cultivation. It is by no means just a formality of reciting sutras, prostrating before the Buddha, or chanting mantras. To cultivate our whole life and to still be mirrored in the 6 realms is to have simply gone through the formalities. Their purpose is to remind us of the teaching for others to see and to exemplify these teachings to bring forth awakening in others. For self-cultivation, however, importance is not placed on the formalities, but rather on discovering our own faults. This is awakening. To correct our own faults is to achieve in our cultivation. Therefore, the most important point is for us to be perfectly calm, introspective, and watchful over our own conduct as we search out our own bad habits and faults. By knowing our faults and bad habits, we will know where to start, what to correct, and how to proceed. We can then concentrate and use all of our energy to reform. The following are some examples of this from Mr. Yu's commentary. Then, quote, we can change from a miserly and greedy person to become one who generously gives to those in need. I quote again, we can change from a miserly and greedy person to become one who generously gives to those in need. For example, If we are miserly, we are not willing to give what we have to others. If we are greedy, we are always trying to gain what we do not have. If we find that we are habitually doing this, we can change ourselves into generous people who give to those in need by using the practice of giving to modify our behavior. What I have and others do not, I can freely give to them upon request. Or better yet, when I see others who have an urgent need, it can take the initiative and simply give it to them. This is the cultivation of good fortune. There are 3 types of giving: that of wealth, teaching, and fearlessness. The giving of teaching is practiced when we help others by using our skill or wisdom to teach others what others are not good at, and we can enthusiastically teach them to enable them to have this ability or to awaken their wisdom. This is the giving of teaching. Let me say again. We said the giving, there are 3 types of giving: that of wealth, teaching, and fearlessness. Okay, the giving of teaching is practiced when we help others by using our skills of wisdom to teach others what others are not good at, and we can enthusiastically teach them to enable them to have this ability or to awaken their wisdom. This is the giving of teaching. The giving of fearlessness is helping others to be calm and serene in both body and mind. It is to help relieve their uneasiness. It is to help relieve their uneasiness, their fear. For example, if someone is afraid to walk home alone at night, and we are able, we can accompany him or her so they will no longer be apprehensive. Today, many young people need to serve in the military. This is another form of the giving of fearlessness. Why? Soldiers protect a country and its people and keep the peace by not allowing harm or invasion by foreigner forces. We can see that the scope of these 3 kinds of giving is extensive. The Buddha tells us that with the giving of wealth, we gain wealth. With the giving of teaching, we gain intelligence, and wisdom. With the giving of fearlessness, we gain health and longevity. Let us read it again. Today, many young people need to serve in the military. This is another form of the giving of fearlessness. Why? Soldiers protect a country and its people and keep the peace by not allowing harm or invasion by foreign forces. We can see that the scope of these three kinds of giving is extensive. The Buddha tells us that with the giving of wealth, we gain wealth. With the giving of teaching, we gain intelligence and wisdom. With the giving of fearlessness, we gain health and longevity. In many countries, we can see another form of giving of fearlessness, that of freeing captured animals. However, we also see many improper practices which have arisen as a result of this giving, because so many have wanted to free captured animals. Some people have gone into the business of capturing more animals, freeing animals. In this way, is not the giving of fearlessness, but subjects them to harm. If we do not set them free, these people will not capture them. These people will not capture them. Sorry. We will do well to understand so that our kind heart will not inadvertently let us to commit bad deeds. The proper way to practice this giving of fearlessness is to free animals that we find in the food market when we go shopping. We do so in the knowledge that they will be able to survive once they are freed. This is compassion and kindness, for it is saving those beings that are suffering. However, many pet shops sell animals that were domestically raised. However, many pet shops sell animals that were domestically raised and therefore will be unable to survive in the wild. If they were set free, they will die, and our good intentions will be turned into transgression. So we need to be aware of the consequences to everything that we do. When we do occasionally find animals in a food market and buy them to set them free, The proper way to do so is to chant the three refuges of the Buddha and Dharma and the Sangha and the Buddha's name. In this way, we are saving their lives. The commentary talks about changing from an angry and agitated person to one who is calm and peaceful. This talks about our disposition, easily giving to an anger, easily becoming irritated is a major fault. Mr. Liu Fang had this fault, so the master encouraged him to transform himself into being serene and tranquil, to being even temperate. With a calm and peaceful mind, our disposition will naturally be gentle and warm. Both Buddha Shakyamuni and Confucius stressed this important quality of our virtue. The students of Confucius praised his 5 virtues of gentility, kindness, respectfulness, thriftness, and humility. He was known for being gentle, kind, respectful, thrifty, and discreet towards everyone and everything. Confucius did not live an ancestral. Confucius did not live an extravagant life, but rather one of simplicity. He was courteous and humble. He never argued and always accorded with others. Confucius was himself a model of moral excellence. To change from a person who exaggerates and is boastful to one who is modest and practical. When we know someone who exaggerates, we automatically adopt whatever he or she says. It is difficult for people like this to win the confidence of others because essentially he or she is dishonest. Therefore, we should never exaggerate or boast, but be modest and honest in all that we say and do. To change from a person who is flighty and impatient to one who is settled and stable, we will do well to be composed and concentrated, to be poised and calm. In this way, we will attain purity of mind. To change from a person who is arrogant and insolent. No, to change from a person who is arrogant and insolent to one who is modest and courteous. Their really is nothing to be arrogant about. Why? If we have accomplished something successfully, it is our duty, something we ought to do. If we did not accomplish it successfully, then we should be criticized, corrected, and told how to improve. Buddha and Bodhisattvas respect everyone and everything as did Confucius and Mencius. However, we are far behind them in achievement or understanding. Therefore, we need to treat others with respect, courtesy, and humility. These are simply virtues of nature. Now, quote, to change from a person who is indolent and idle to one who is diligent and resolute. Being lethargic and lazy in great afflictions. One who has these bad habits will not succeed in anything. Therefore, we will do well to be diligent, purposely, and energetic. One of Buddha Shakyamuni's students, Anuruddha, was known for his laziness. After being reproached by the Buddha, he resolved to go without rest or sleep for 7 days and 7 nights. Due to his enthusiastic diligence, he damaged his vision. The Buddha compassionately taught him the illuminating the diamond of delightful observation, samadhi, a form of deep concentration which enabled him to see far better than before. Consequently, he was able to see to the extent of one Buddha land, which is comprised of 1 billion galaxies. We too need to be inspired with enthusiasm and determination. When we are lazy, we accomplish nothing. Not only we are unable to achieve attainment in our practice and learning of Buddhism, but we will also fail to accomplish anything in our daily lives. Ancient times or today, in the East or in the West, no one has become successful through laziness. Diligence is the only good route for Mahayana practitioners and Bodhisattvas. To change from a person who is merciless and cruel to one who is kind and compassionate. To change from a person who is a cowardly and fearful to one who is brave and motivated. To be cowardly and timorous is another serious fault. We will do well to overcome it and to work diligently and resolutely. Mr. Liao Fang himself admitted to having all these faults. Again, each of us will do well to be like him, to examine and correct every single one of our faults. Next, Master Yungu taught Mr. Liao Feng several essential points for his cultivation. You need to cultivate virtue and tolerance and to treat others with compassion and harmony. Also, to care for your health and conserve your energy and spirit. First, Master Yungu encouraged Mr. Liao Fang to accumulate merit by ending his erroneous ways and cultivating good deeds. This is a foundation for improvement, whether in Buddhist or in worldly teachings. If we do not by earnestly accumulation merits and virtues, by refraining from all evils and practicing all forms of kindness, how can we hope to be? Quote, those who have thousands of dollars or those who have accumulated enough merit and virtue for 100 generations? It is a question. An anterior country respected Confucius. An anterior world respected Buddha Shakyamuni. The former accumulated great merits of this world. The latter accumulated great merit for the universe. Let us pass to the second. We need to be tolerant of others, to broaden our minds and our hearts. If not, then we will be beset with more afflictions, which will present further obstacles to our cultivation. We cultivate awakening, proper thoughts, and with viewpoints and purity of mind. If we cannot attain purity of mind, then we will not be awakened. This will result in deviated thoughts and viewpoints, proper thoughts and viewpoints, and great enlightened thoughts rely on the foundation of purity of mind. Therefore, we need to be able to tolerate others. There is no need to take things too seriously. No need to be critical of everything. As we learn in the Diamond Sutra, quote, everything is like a dream, an illusion, a bubble, a shadow. Yes, nothing is real. As the ancients said, every phenomenon is as transient as fleeting clouds. I say it again. Nothing is real. As the ancients said, every phenomenon is, quote, as transient as fleeting clouds. There is nothing worthy of dispute. There is nothing worthy of anger. There is no point in dwelling on anything, for this will hinder our cultivation of purity of mind. There is every point in being gentle, loving, and peaceful. Being not so was Mr. Liao Feng's biggest problem. We need to practice loving kindness and compassion for everyone and everything. The Buddha taught that these are non-discriminatory, are equally held for all. Non-discriminatory are equal held for all. Confucius taught of loving kindness, which is close to that of the Buddhas. He explained that the benevolent person has no enemies. If we still have feelings of hostility toward others, then we are neither kind nor compassionate. Conflicts and hostilities simply do not exist within the heart of loving kindness. It is the same as the great compassion of the Buddhas. Different people, different words, same meaning. This is what we need to learn and practice to truly benefit ourselves. Pure Land Sutras explain, quote, one mind undisturbed. Again, one mind undisturbed. This state is unattainable if anything exists in conflict. To have conflict is to be of two minds. To have something that needs to be confronted. To be thought of. Master Huineng said, originally, our true mind contained nothing. If the mind still clings to even one wandering thought, then it is not the true mind, but a false mind. If the mind is pure, if the mind is at peace, then it will not have any conflicting thoughts. Without any conflicting thoughts, the true mind can be uncovered. Purity and mind can arise, and this is how we attain one mind undisturbed. The states of one mind undisturbed and constant mindfulness of Buddha Amitabha start from here. In constant mindfulness of Buddha Amitabha, initially the mind remembers the Buddha and does not forget. Then, after prolonged cultivation, we constantly contemplate the Buddha. If we have been chanting the Buddha's name for many years and have not yet reached the state of constant mindfulness, we need to determine where the problem lies and correct it. When we have no more obstacles, we will be able to achieve this state, which will assure us of achieving birth into the pure land. Regardless of the state of cultivation we have reached, we will know when we have achieved it. There is no need to ask another. When we are born into the pure line through the state of constant mindfulness, we will be born into the land where both sages and ordinary beings duel together. With the state of one mind undisturbed in mindfulness, we will be born into the line where everything is temporary. With the state of one mind undisturbed in enlightenment, we will be born into the line of real reward. The level of achievement we attain will determine which line will we be born into. There are also different levels in the state of constant mindfulness. Thus, there are 9 levels of birth. People who are born into the higher 3 levels of birth are able to pass away whenever they wish, are able to decide when they will die. At that time,